Dark Star, Tiger Woods travels very nicely in his private jet to Augusta on Saturday, March 30th, and has a round of golf at Augusta. Why did he go? Was it just practice, like the old Tiger, or was he on a mission? Practice or a mission? Dark Star, what's your take on that?
Well, the answer 10 years ago was simple. He was practicing. He would have gone and told everybody else to pound sand, and he would have been at the course at 6 a.m., and he would have been practicing and by himself and shunned people in general.
Yes.
However, now Tiger has mission and missions.
Yeah.
Let's go through them, and there's a few different ones.
It's been reported, and we think reliably reported by Bob Herrig, who writes for Sports Illustrated and is pretty active on X, Twitter. So follow Bob. He reported that the Tiger was there and played golf with the chairman, Fred Ridley, chairman of Augusta, and Justin Thomas, and that was their little threesome around Augusta. And the great guys that we love that do the flight tracking, Radar 2, I forget that handle off the top, man. Maybe I'll figure that up so you guys can follow that guy on X. Radar Atlas, I think it is. I'll get the name so you can follow it. But he reported, assuming it's a guy, that Tiger's jet was on its way to Augusta. So that's where the whole story started. And Bob did some digging and came up with some answers. I guess he has a contact at Augusta, Dark Star. Isn't that interesting? And here we go. And then it was reported by Golf Digest and others. So we think it's true. Tiger's there. 10 o'clock in the morning, 10:15 in the morning, his jet lands, and he zips over to the course for 18. Now, options. We love options, Dark Star. At least I love them. Hopefully you all, audience,
yes,
love them too.
do.
Option A, it was a practice round. Like Tiger of old. I'm going to practice. And old Tiger would have Stevie shoo everyone away. And Fred might have said, hey, Tiger, I see you're going to be in. Could you mind if I'll play with you? No. But we can have iced tea at the end. That's old Tiger. New Tiger plays with the chairman, who is a player. U.S. amateur champ. Let's remind the audience. Ridley knows how to play golf. He's a player. We can speak to that as the course of the show unfolds. That's option A. It's just a practice round. Bumped into Fred, maybe. But there's lots of variations on A we'll come back to. That's how he got hooked up with Fred Ridley. Option B. He goes to Augusta on Saturday specifically to see and speak with Fred Ridley. And they play golf, of course. We can have the conversation while we're playing, sure. C, option C. He goes, now this is yours, Dark Star, and I really like this one because it's obscure to me. Option C, Tiger goes to help. I can't even say it without laughing. He goes to Augusta to help his friend Justin Thomas prepare for the Masters. Because Tiger obviously is a 5-time champ and has a ton of course knowledge, and all that can be transferred to JT presumably, and that's why he goes to help him. Because JT asked him. Okay, that's possible. Option D. Fred Ridley invited Tiger to come on Saturday. Hey, we gotta come before we get busy. It's gonna be busy this coming week. Today is April 2nd, Tuesday. The amateurs are coming into town, the women amateurs for the thing, and we're getting ready for drive, chip, and putt. I mean, we're going into busy season now. We're in full-on tournament mode, and then the big tournament is next week. So this is it. Come Saturday before everybody gets here, because then all the pros are going to show up on Monday after Easter to practice. So we figure everybody's going to be loading the track Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, meaning yesterday, today, and tomorrow, before the amateurs show up. So Rory is there as of yesterday. His jet landed, and so there's probably a lot of guys there practicing. And we know how much Tiger likes to be around all the other guys, not so much.
Yeah, exactly.
So those are at least the 4 options. Which one do you like? And then there's variations on how these unfolded.
Well, I like the fact that Tiger was going to be there and Fred decided to join him. However, I do want to talk quickly just about option C because, ironically, you just reminded me, it was Easter on Sunday. So Tiger shows up on Saturday. He's going to play probably Sunday morning, which means JT is going to play Sunday morning also and then have to run home for Easter, I'm sure, at some point. So it was.
Well, JT went with him, right? JT rides on Tiger's jet because JT lives there. No?
Right. Right. They would have ridden together. And so I would assume they left Sunday, but
from
so
Jupiter.
JT could
Jupiter
be home for dinner.
area, right?
All right. Exactly. That area of Florida. But what's interesting to me about option C is the fact that if Tiger can't win the tournament, And you had mentioned something off the air that Tiger, so he doesn't lose that 24 straight cuts, will withdraw most likely, as opposed to missing the cut if he can't win. So if he can't win, who does he want to win? Justin Thomas. Justin Thomas, not just because he's his friend, but also Justin Thomas in that Tomorrow Golf League is one of the guys that they need a winner. They need a major champ, a recent one on that thing, because Scheffler's not part of it. Rahm dropped out. Spieth is not part of it. So that thing has been on life support since the tent collapse, and now they've just announced that it's coming back. We're going full gangbusters. ESPN gave them premier slots. I mean, slots on ESPN where you and I would get a 2 television rating, and nobody's ever heard of us. So that's option C in a nutshell.
Well, not no one. Not no one. Come on now. Yeah, I like all that. Can I say something quickly? I wanted to stick in something there about Tomorrow Golf League. It's been on life support since about 10 seconds into the announcement on June 6th of the framework agreement, because its purpose in life disappeared at that moment. Well, it disappeared. It dropped dramatically at that moment in time. And that explains a lot about, Tiger's take on team golf versus live. And anyway, that's not this show, but isn't that interesting that the Tomorrow Golf League stock dropped dramatically at that moment? Go ahead.
Right. And this all ties together with Tiger's vision, destroying live golf, destroying Greg Norman, destroying Yasser, all that thing. But they need somebody like a Jordan Spieth, a Justin Thomas to win a major, because Scottie Scheffler, who's the top player for him right now, is the only guy who's even up on leaderboards. And he's not the greatest personality, and he doesn't want to be a spokesperson. He wants to play golf and have a family. He wants to be Jon Rahm. He's trying to do it on the PGA Tour. But the real reason Tiger is there is to practice and, more importantly, to chat with Fred about the future and his future of golf. Let's be perfectly honest. Tiger wants to run the show, and if he's going to run the show, he wants it to be the only game in town. And Fred is obviously the ruler of one of the kingdoms, and the biggest and probably most important kingdom. And this is, remember, we had discussed last year.
Well, you're pivoting now. So we talked about JT, and now you're saying that you think of the 4 options that Tiger went there to practice and picked up Fred along the way. Like, hey, sure, play with us because I want to talk to you, or what? Explain that, please.
I think that when Tiger was coming into town on Saturday to play with JT, it was a perfect opportunity for Fred to say, hey, Tiger, let me join you because we should chat. And Tiger said, yeah,
you
Fred,
think
you're
Fred
right.
took the initiative?
I think Fred would have to take the initiative. I don't think Tiger is going to ask anybody for anything. He's Tiger.
Okay, well, that is absolutely a possibility. So now that, and you started out with Tiger went there. The reason that he fired up the jet and went was to practice. That's the foundational purpose of the trip in your mind.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's ever that simple, as you know. I don't think.
Well, but you had to have the impetus, the original top shelf reason. That's what I'm asking you. I'm putting you to a decision. And I think you have to decide.
It may have been. It also may have been. Hey, Tiger. JT might have said, Tiger, can you take me out there that Saturday beforehand? Because remember, this coming week, you're going to have the kids in. You're going to have the women amateurs in. So you only have a day or two to practice.
You still think that option C is a viable option? That JT asked Tiger to help him, or Tiger offered, or one or the other, and that's why they went together.
I think it offers a great subterfuge as to why Tiger was there to talk to Fred.
Well, if that's true, can I add a wrinkle to that? In my mind, if that's true, and I'm not prepared to believe that C is the answer, but it's on the list. It's certainly possible. If that is true, if it is option C, meaning Justin Thomas asked Tiger for help, and Tiger, being the magnanimous, fabulous human that he is, always giving, always selfless, I said, Justin, of course, I will absolutely help. You know what? We'll take my jet. I will fly us up there. Let me call ahead and get the course times and all that. I will take care of it as a 5-time champion. I can do that. That's what happened. And if that, obviously, I don't think it happened that way. But what I'm about to say is, if that's true, then I am going to conclude that Tiger has no misgivings about being competitive or even playing in the Masters. If he's going there to help JT, I don't put those together. I think if he's in full-on tournament mode,
that would
he's
not be
gonna...
my answer. But that's the reason that he was able just to show up.
You think he's going to play? Let's cross that bridge right now while we're here. Is Tiger going to play?
Absolutely. Tiger will play, and Tiger will withdraw Friday afternoon.
That's your prediction. You're looking for odds on that? You can probably get odds on that somewhere.
Yeah, I wonder. That's true.
Oh, yeah. What are the odds of Tiger Woods withdraws? There's definitely, there's got to be a line on that.
To be honest with you, I'd have to look at the weather because...
All right, we'll see. Well, let's see. Went to see Fred. And you're dismissing that out of hand, it sounds like. The reason to go was not to see Fred.
Fred is the real reason, but the alternative options allow him to go there without, Augusta is not the kind of place where you show up and demand a meeting with Warren Buffett and Bill Gates in the back room.
Oh, well, no, he wouldn't do it that way. He could get a meeting with Fred. Sure, anytime,
Right.
Fred, I'd love to sit down and have coffee and, let's play around. No, that could... Fred Ridley's not going to turn down Tiger Woods for a meeting. No way. That wouldn't be cordial at all. Five-time champion. No.
And the other thing is he also has to groom Justin Thomas to espouse his philosophy of the PGA Tour.
Let's cross D off. So option D is Fred invited Tiger. In your mind, that is the lowest probability of these four?
Correct.
Okay. All right, let's go back to A, because I think A is where I'm going to land, which is it's a practice round. Tiger was thinking about it all the time, and JT wanted to go too, and whatever. Say, hey, I'll go with you. I want to practice too. Or that just happened. Fine. They're leaving from the same part of the Florida, so of course I'll jump on my plane. It's a big Gulfstream 550. It's got 12 seats. I mean, no problem. Beautiful plane. Now he's there. Now the mystery is, how does Fred end up teeing off with him? Does Tiger see Fred? And when he gets there and, hey, we're going out to play, Fred's like, I'm not busy. I got nothing else going on. Yeah, there's some tournament coming up, 2 tournaments, but I'm good. Yeah, 4 hours, sure, I'll go play, absolutely. And we're gonna walk, so that might even take longer. That could be. Or did Tiger seek him out and ask him to play? Did Fred seek Tiger out and ask him? So was it random, Dark Star? They just bumped into each other in the grill room or the locker room and said, "Hey, why not?" That's random. Or Tiger wanted him to join and asked him either when he got there or beforehand. Or Fred wanted to join, saw the time, knew Tiger was going to be there, of course, and asked if he could join. There might even be some more options.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't think it's random. Certainly not
You
random.
don't think it's random. You're dismissing that.
I'm dismissing that. Who asked whom?
If you'd like more Thinking Man shows and topics, then subscribe to our audio podcast. That is where you will get at least 3 new shows every week and topics that will never get to YouTube. And there are a lot of those that we like to talk about that will never get to YouTube. Use the link in the video description below. And thank you again for being a fan.